Hi YouTubers, it's Tempe here. It is Thursday, May 31st, 2012, and I'm here in my apartment in Seoul, Korea. Um, and I just kind of wanted to ramble for a minute. I have a couple things lined up for you, but the first being what I'm very excited about, which is the Avengers. Yes, I'm finally making a blog about the Avengers. So I have seen Avengers 3 times now in the theater. Yeah, 3 times in the theater, which is only surpassed by Star Trek 2009. No. They're about neck and neck right now. Um, and I have to say that I am thoroughly enchanted. I am in love with this movie. Okay, so very few movies that come out in the theater hold my attention as long as the Avengers has held my attention. And there are multiple reasons for that. I would say reason number one is I like comic books and I love superhero movies. And I got it honestly. So my mama is a comic book geek and I have just recently realized that this is how this works. So she is the one that kind of got me into comic books a little bit, and my brother. So one of my earliest memories is sitting on the floor reading comic books with my brother. I was like 3 or something. And then last year, I took my mom to go see Thor. Actually, I went to go see Thor, then I took my mom and my sister to the drive-in to go see it. And of course, we all enjoyed it thoroughly. Thank you, Mr. Hemsworth, for your wonderful performance. But then I took my mom later to go see Captain America, right? And I forgot we were watching some movie, and my mom saw the trailer for Captain America. Now, I am notorious for not watching trailers. I dislike watching them because they tend to give away the best parts of the movie, the thing that's really going to have you in awe. But this time, I didn't know what the movie was, so I was like, oh, I'll watch the beginning of the trailer to see what's going on. And here we are watching it, and I'm like, oh, okay, what's this? What's going on? And then all of a sudden, my mom next to me, she gasps, oh my goodness, it's Captain America. I'm like, Mom, you don't even know if it's Captain America. They just showed a capsule and like a shield. She's like, child, I know when I see Captain America. So it would turn out that my mom is a comic book geek and she used to read Captain America comic books as a child. Didn't know this. Never knew my mama read comic books. I thought she read my brother's comic books when he was younger, but nope. She read them and she's the reason that he likes comic books. Go figure. So, yeah, that's my comic book geeky girl kind of fangirl. Let's call it fangirl. I like the term fangirl. My fangirl moment. But I laughed so much throughout the movie, and the movie had everything that I actually enjoy in a movie that I take the time and the money to go see in the theater. There was suspense. There was tons of action. The interpersonal relationships were actually quite good. I was a little surprised about how well they had characters interacting with each other so we could actually see personality and see relationships. That one was a big plus for me. And obviously, you know, as I love costumes, the costumes were out of this world. They were unbelievable. It was just eye candy for me. At some points, I had to watch the movie 3 times because at some points I would zone out to what was going on in the movie and just be focused on costumes. Loki's costume had me just drooling at the mouth. Obviously, Thor's costume had me drooling as well. Just so many things. Oh, and I love the revamp of Captain America's costume. That was cool. And now Scarlett Johansson is now my new girl crush. Yeah. Thank you, Joss. I just want to say thank you to Joss Whedon for ensnaring me once again in something else you've done. I love your other works. Buffy, I'm a Buffy fan from way back. And Firefly. And I also want to thank Josh for also being a fellow lover of the booty. I don't know how many booty shots were in this film, but there's a lot of times where butt is in the center of the frame. Multiple times. Particularly Scarlett Johansson. So girl, she worked that catsuit. She did that. So yeah, so many things that have allowed me to enjoy this movie. And I'm still geeked about it. To the point where now it's not just, you know, all those wonderful things. I do have a teeny tiny little crush on Chris Hemsworth. I would say I've had it probably since Thor, because I think that's the first time I really noticed him. Now, I did notice him in Star Trek 2009 because he had me crying. I was like, this man got me crying the first 10 minutes of the movie. This is a mess. But I went out with my friend Trout, and we purchased shirts. So here's my Thor shirt that I actually wore to school today. Surprisingly, only a couple of the kids that I teach noticed it. Go figure. And then here's shirt number 2, which I will probably wear sometime this weekend. I had to get one with Mr. Hemsworth's, likeness on it. Yeah. So I will be going back to SPAO, SPAO. There's a store here called that. And probably getting more shirts because they have tons of stuff with the Hulk and pretty much any Marvel thing you want. Hulk was out there. Lots of Iron Man because he's really popular here. Hulk and Iron Man are super popular here. And what else? Other Marvel characters like Spider-Man was there, Wolverine, and then they have this plethora of Korean superheroes that I don't really know much about, but I plan to kind of do some research because some of the shirts were pretty cool. And I'm happy that I can actually fit the shirt because, the girls is a little crammed in here, but whatever. I'm enjoying it. And I guess that's it for my, I guess I would say my, I don't want to call it an obsession, but we will call it my fascination, I guess. My current fascination. Yeah, I like that better. Yeah, I like that much better than obsession. Obsession sounds like really creepy and weird. It's up there with me, with otaku. I don't want to be nobody's obsession. I don't want to be obsessed about nothing. That's not okay. But we'll call it my fascination for the moment. Bye, YouTubers. See you next time. Namaste.